Hey dolls, okay, I'm back with another video, and first and foremost I want to say excuse the way I look right now. I tried to do a little cute beat face right quick, but at the end I wasn't really feeling it. I don't know. And then my hair is so humid in my house right now, and my natural hair is trying to curl back up. So right after this video I'm about to get ready and take this hair out because my natural hair is not cooperating and I miss my natural hair. So yeah. But as you can see in the title of this video, as well as the thumbnail, I swore in to the U.S. Army. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be in the military. I don't leave for basic training until August, but that's not what this video is going to be on. This video is going to be on my process and what I'll be doing now. And then you all will be seeing and being with me throughout my journey. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Your body on my body, baby. I'm about to catch your body in, baby. I love the way you grind on me. Said I'm about to catch your body in, baby.
Okay, y'all, so I first want to talk about my process, and then I'll give you the tips and the tips and advice and things that you need to know. So first, my process. Back in October 2015, that's when I started saying, okay, I gotta figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing now. You know, it's like I'm a senior's halfway over already. You know, I have to figure out what I'm going to be doing next. So I started filling out some applications and stuff, and I was just like, is this the best idea for me? Not saying going to college, but just saying going straight out of high school. Now, I knew that taking a break or anything was not an option. I cannot take a break. That just wasn't an option for me. So what I did decide to do was look into the military, and then of course the first thing I thought about was Air Force, because we have JROTC in my school, and I was in it for like a month and then I got out of it. My ninth grade year now, I wish that I stayed in, but yeah, that was the reason I was looking more towards Air Force. And then I said, okay, well, I'm going to go to school definitely, so Air Force Reserve. Okay. That's when I started getting most of the information I wanted to know. I didn't know much about the reserve and active duty and National Guard. I didn't know the difference between them. And then I started looking and started talking to a recruiter. So, like, at first it wasn't like me wondering, because I was still trying to figure out which one I wanted to do. Then in December I said, you know what? I know what I want to do. I'm going to the military. I went online to find a recruiter, and it's like basically you could put in your information, your name, your address, your email. I mean, not your address, your location, area, stuff like that, and they'll give you a call. They gave me a call the next day saying, okay, this is going to be your recruiter. And I said, okay. So later that day, I got a call from my actual recruiter, and he was like, you know, just asking simple questions, and was pretty much like, okay, well, this is the paperwork you need to fill out, and you can come see me next week. So fill out the paperwork, went to go see him, talk to him about why I wanted to join and stuff like that. And my biggest thing was I needed to get my ASVAB score. Well, first I didn't never took the ASVAB, which I wish I did, but I'll talk more about that later. But I never took the ASVAB at this point. So he was like, you basically you need to go ahead, I'll give you a few weeks study, and then, you know, just take the test just to see like where you are, what you need to work on and stuff. So then my friend, I had two friends that swore into the Army, and I was kind of like, I'm going to join the Army, but it was kind of a joking thing. I don't know, at this point, I wasn't really, I don't know if I was I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Let's say that. I thought about it, but then I was just like, I don't know. So, my hat is just not, this is why I'm about to take out my hair, y'all, because I just feel so weird lately. Okay. So then like I was joking about me going to the Army, but I was just like, no. Took my ASVAB score, and then, took my ASVAB score, took my ASVAB. I passed the requirements to get in, but I wanted to get it higher. Took it again a month later, this was around the end of January, maybe the beginning of February. It was because we just got over a big snowstorm, and it was right after the snowstorm. And took it again, my score went up, and yeah. So then I took it again at the school, and it went down dramatically. But because it was with the school and not with MEPS, it didn't really count too much because, you know, it wasn't, I don't know, we just basically, it didn't count, so we used my last score. So now it's around March, and we had a college fair at my school, and this is when the time I really started saying I'm going to the Army. My mind was already set. I was starting to like look into it. I was like, I want to go to the Army. Like I was really, I really already had got, like my mind was already set that I wanted to go to the Army by this time. Then I started talking to an Army recruiter that was always around my school, and that was the best choice I ever made because I fell in love with the Army. Like I said, the first time with the Air Force Reserve, I don't know, I just wasn't in it. I was committed to go to the military, but the Army wise, I wasn't all the way in, that we could say. And as soon as I started talking to my Army recruiter and got the information I needed, I said I didn't want to go to reserve, and I wanted to go active duty, and 2, I was ready to go. I was ready to swear in and everything. So I wanted to pick a job. And when we went to go look for jobs, the jobs were closing. Like I said, this was around March, so everybody was like, you know, locking in them jobs, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was so ready to, you know, to just get that job and go. So a few months passed, and I was like, I'm gonna just have to take the test over. I took the test over. I got lower than when I got the second time, but I was high enough that I was still in. So I was just like, okay, well, yeah. Then he was saying, okay, in a month you can take it over, or you can wait for a job to open. Since so I was just studying. I was studying the whole time, and then a job had opened I was studying the whole time. I had graduated, and then a month later a job had opened. And gosh, I was so happy when that job opened for me. And yeah, with the Army you can pick your own job, as long as, you know, you have the score for it and you qualify for it. You can pretty much pick your own job in the Army, and I got 92 Yankee Supply Specialist, which a lot of people always would. Before, when I was talking to people, I was naming like my top 4 kind of jobs, maybe top 3, top 4, and it was saying Human Resources Supply Specialist were the 2 that you might want to get into, and it was like that's what most people like, and I was like, okay, and ended up getting Supply Specialist. Like I said, 92 Yankee, and I'm happy. I'm so excited. A week later, I swore in, which was, today is Independence Day. I swore in the 29th. This is recent, so if you have questions, go ahead and leave them down below, because all this is recent. Sworn in the 29th. Like I said, I leave at the end of August, and I'm so excited. Like, it felt like a big relief just to know that I don't have to worry too much about what I'm going to be doing next. And I'll do a whole nother video on what I mean about that. But now, if you see me looking down, I have a thing of notes right here just to, you know, guide me on some advice and tips and things that I want to tell you all about. So the first advice is talk to every branch. Talk to a recruiter in every branch. If you're like, oh, okay, I want to join the military but not sure which branch, I say talk to them all. That way you know exactly what you want to do. Because at first I was going to Air Force because I ROTC, and people were saying, oh yeah, Air Force is better and all this other stuff. And then I ended up changing from the Air Force to the Army because I liked, after, I don't know, I just fell in love with the Army instead. So I say talk to every single recruiter and figure out the different options, whether you want to go reserve, National Guard, or active duty. And like I said, just check with everybody before you start wanting to lock it in. Okay, now I know sometimes people go to other people instead of a recruiter because they feel like recruiters don't tell you, kind of like sugarcoat things. My recruiter didn't, thank goodness, but some recruiters may sugarcoat things, and a lot of people go talk to other people that were either in the military or just came out or are in. Advice about that, talk to someone that's more fresher, either fresher out the military or in the military right now. Reason I say that is because I was getting a lot of advice from people that were in the military for years, but if you hear like popping noises, it's probably because it's fireworks in the background. So just ignore that. But I was getting advice from a lot of people that were in the military years ago, and they were just saying, oh, well, the military might not be the best choice, or the military for girls isn't the best choice, or you should try the Army. You should try the Air Force instead of the U.S. Army. And like I said, just if you want to talk to somebody that's kind of like either just got out between the last 5-6 years or are still in the military. The reason I say it because a lot of things have changed since the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, like even the 90s. Like a lot of things have changed, and I just want to say talk to people that are more closer, that knows exactly what's going on more in this time. When you go to talk to a recruiter or anybody, don't be afraid to ask questions. Any question, just ask. Just ask them, because you don't ever want to leave out of an office and say, dang, I wish I would have asked this question. Then you're going to be upset. So I just say ask as many questions. I was asked as many questions that came to mind. Anything, like I was just like, you know what, I got to know, because this might be something I want to do for the rest of my life, or you know, or for the next 20 years of my life, or etc., etc. And I just ask as many questions as possible. Anything that you can think of, anything that your family says to ask, anything that you look up and you feel like you want more clarification on, ask the questions. One reason I kind of switched from the Army, one reason I kind of switched from the Air Force to the Army is because, well, one reason I started looking at the Army was because my recruiter for the Air Force Reserve wasn't really doing as much as, say, my recruiter now is doing. And I just was like, it was kind of making me second guess myself, because it's just like, he's not helping me, he's not really talking to me, things like that. So I would like to say, if your recruiter, you say, isn't really doing as much for you, or you think that he should be telling you more or something, talk to another recruiter. The reason I say that, because all people are different. All people don't have the same intentions. If you look it up, it'll say a lot of the times that recruiters just try to get you in. That's not the case for every recruiter. Some really do have good intentions and want to make sure that you're doing the best thing for you. So I just say, if one recruiter isn't doing but so well, just I would just say just change. Just talk to other recruiters before you may either decide not to go anymore or something like that, because yeah, that can have an effect on you. About your jobs, now I know for the Army you get to pick your job. For other branches, I don't know how they really work. I believe that they pick your job for you. So I just would ask about that, and then ask about the different jobs, ask about what you need to qualify for this job and things like that. So just make sure you, like I said, ask a lot of questions about your ASVAB. If you have the chance to take your ASVAB in school, if you're in high school and you have the chance to take your ASVAB, I say jump to it, go ahead and take it, because at MEPS it works a little differently. Like, you can take it the first time at MEPS, and then you have to wait a month, and then if you still don't like your scoring or you want to take it over, you have to wait 6 months after the month. So I would say if it's an opportunity for you to take it at your school, take it just to see if you get a nice score. And then if you want to if you do want to take get it higher, then you talk to your recruiter about what are the things that you need to do. I will try to put links in the description box of things that actually help, like links and websites that actually help boosting your score. And yeah, so like I said, just study. If you know that you're thinking about it and you have a month, make sure you study for that whole month and then go in and take the test. If you have longer than a month, make sure you're studying. Hire a tutor or ask if you have teachers that help with math. That you know can help you with math. Go over the math things. And yeah, and that's all I really have to say on the process. Something else that you need to know is that when you swear in, or you have a kind of a time that you want to swear in, I would say start working out. Google or ask your recruiter what are the requirements that you need to meet to pass basic training, and then start working out to hit those requirements. That way, by the time you leave, it won't be that much. It wouldn't be that hard. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm in the process of doing now. I'm working out and just trying to make sure I meet all of my requirements. One thing that a lot of people don't know about the military is that when you swear in and sign your contract, you owe them 8 years. So if you just say that you only want to be in for 2 years, or just what your contract says, know that you do owe them 8 years. What was it called? It's a name for it. I'll put it down in the link. I'll put it down in the description box, as well as a link. That way it'll better explain it. But you do owe the military 8 years. So say if your contract is 3 years and 25 days, then after that you either can relist, or you can. It's pretty much like you'll be going reserve, and whenever the military needs you or call you up, they can do what makes you happy. I say this because this goes back with talking to every single branch and all of that, because it's gonna be a lot of people that's telling you don't do this, don't go here, do that, but only you know what's really gonna make you happy and how you really feel about something. And the U.S. Army was the best choice I've ever made in my life. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to leave. Can't wait. You will all be on my journey the whole way. Trust me, because I do want to make sure that you all can kind of see it from my view, and that way you just can get kind of like a look into how everything is. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope this video did kind of help you out a little bit. If you have any questions about the process, or what I'm doing next, or my job, or well, we call jobs MOS. So if you ever hear me say MOS in the upcoming videos, then that's what I'll be referring to. So if you have any questions about my MOS, my what's next, what you want to see, anything, just go ahead and leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And yeah, so I thank you all for the people that are about to be with me on this journey. I'm so excited. I hope you are excited too, because you all will be with me every step of the way, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, dolls.